If you're a woman, your algorithm probably looks like this.
Sometimes I them on the first date.
We do not need men.
I would leave my man if he lost all his money.
I'll cheat on him back if he cheat on me.
Men, our algorithms for some reason seem to be primed much differently.
You're just a
They gear towards the personal development side, how to walk, talk, make money, get jacked, improve your circumstance, stoicism. This is a massive generalization, I know, but if you were to ask most people, they would agree that this falls in those buckets for the most part. Why would they want to make one gender aim for self-improvement and make the other one aim for self-destruction? Hey, it's me from the future. Just want to say I love my life. Genesis shows the pattern. The serpent goes for Eve not because she's weak, but because she is the gate of life, motherhood, and the household. Mind you, Adam is not without fault here. He still failed to lead and protect. The woman was deceived and the man got passive. If you wanted to break society, you start by breaking the family. If you want to break the family, you go after the bond between man and woman. If you want to break that bond, you confuse women about marriage, independence, and motherhood. Why would you attack women first? Because women shape what men pursue. If you change what women reward, you shape who men become. If women rewarded traits like leadership, discipline, responsibility, men would become that. But if women were somehow primed and trained to reward things like chaos, promiscuity, emotional manipulation, shallow attention, then no amount of male self-improvement content is going to fix the end result. That is the trap I want you to understand. The system tricks men into thinking they're leveling up, but then it trains the reward system, women, to value something completely different. This is a generalization and also a theory. There are plenty of good men out there, and there are also plenty of really good women out there as well. If you're a man and you happen to find yourself one of those women, the answer to all this is have as many babies with her as physically possible.
80%. I'm gonna say 80% of women do not appreciate men, and 20% do, and I'm one of the 20. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of the 80% of the women feel like things should just be handed to them and given to them just because they are a woman, right? And then you have women that are daddy's girls, right? Their dad has done every single thing for them, right? So they expect the next man to do the same thing, not knowing that is not his job to do every single thing for you. That is your father's job. Your father took on that role to do every single thing for you because, again, that is your father. But your man or your husband, that is your partner. And a lot of women don't understand this is your partner. This is not your dad. So your job as a woman is to reciprocate the energy that he is actually giving, right? You all are supposed to show each other appreciation. It is not a one-sided thing when it comes to relationships. That's why I feel the way I feel about that. And as far as the appreciation part, well, like, where are the thank yous? You know, a lot of men don't get the thank yous. I don't care if it's opening up the door, buying you some food, bringing you some flowers. Where's the appreciation? Do you deserve these things? He's not obligated to do anything for you, right? The choice is his. He's doing it for you because he cares about you. He loves you. He rocks with you. And you're not supposed to take advantage of things like that. But while he's doing all these things for you, what are you doing for him, right? So that's where the appreciation part comes in. Hey, y'all, it's Pretty P. I just did an amazing interview, baby, with 80 the Kingmaker. Understand what I'm saying? On the King's Corner podcast. Make sure you follow him on Instagram so you can be notified when the episode drops. And guess what? You heard it here first. Yeah.
Modern women seem to think that you can make fun of men and talk about their masculinity and put them down. Oh, you're not a leader. And modern women will do this type of stuff for years on end, right? And then when a man hears this and decides to go his own way, then modern women start complaining about, oh, you know, where are the men that lead? Where are the good men at? How come I can't find a good man? I don't know. Maybe because you spent the last 10 years mocking him and making fun of who he is.
I saw a video of my wife having sex with her ex while using her laptop. Well, we are off to a hell of a start on this story. I see why I caught your attention. She didn't know it was there and she feels sorry for me. I struggle with the thought of it, flashbacks, and the thought of the possibility of other videos existing in the past or anywhere else. We've been married for a few months now and we're in our early 20s. I love my wife and she's the best person I've ever met. It's just hard to deal with. Having your partner be your trigger for that is pretty rough. Maybe because I'm young or maybe because I'm jealous, or it affects men a lot deeper than women. I don't know. Look, gang, I don't think anybody, except people who have that particular kink, really likes the thought of their current romantic partner having had encounters with prior partners. It's not something that most people find hot. In fact, it's something that most people that I know, and myself included, don't find hot. We find it the opposite of hot. We find it uncomfortable. And everybody's got their phones and everybody's sending nudes and everybody's taking videos because everything's all hunky-dory and wonderful in the relationship and we're always going to be together. But that's not really how it works most of the time in real life. And then there's all these videos and photos out there floating around and you have them on your phone or you have them on your laptop. And it's ripe for something that your partner might accidentally stumble upon or intentionally stumble upon thinking they want to see it. What I'll tell you is you don't want to see those things. Just like when people have affairs, they think when they find out about the affair, they want to know every detail of what the person did. You don't actually want to know it because, yeah, I'm sure your imagination is probably worse than reality, but reality's pretty bad too.
And modern women continue to try to force men because they keep on saying men try to force them into a bad deal. But it's actually, in a lot of these situations, it's reverse. Modern women are upset. Oh, you're bitter. You're this. No, I'm not bitter. I just see what you're doing. I got a clear understanding. I got a clear grasp on what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me take a bad deal. You're trying to make me be happy about always getting the short end of the stick. And I'm not doing it.
Here's what it means when your ex moves on very quickly. I'm talking like from the day it ended to about 2-3 months afterwards. Number one, they can't be on their own. Someone that cannot be on their own, doesn't know how to take accountability, hasn't had the time to heal and grow. And for them to be on their own would mean that they would have to think about things. And typically people that can't sit with themselves will try to distract themselves. Number two, they're trying to fill the void. So they need a distraction. Thus, they go looking for the dopamine. But typically the dopamine and the bonding chemicals, after about 3-6 months, it fades away. And once relationship problems come up, what do we think happens? That's typically when a relationship is truly tested and will end. And number three, they're trying to replace you. They might not know it yet, but essentially they're looking for you in someone else. And I'm not saying that people don't move on or end relationships because they realize that the other person isn't for them. But someone that moves on very quickly is someone that hasn't fully processed something. There is no way that someone just switches off one day. This is an indication of someone showing you exactly who they are and how they process things. So if you were the one that was broken up with, that is heartbroken, that is stuck, I want you to ask yourself this one question. Do you really want to be with a person like that? Someone that doesn't know how to reflect, doesn't know how to process emotion, doesn't take time to heal and grow, but repeats their patterns with the next person, monkey branches. I don't think you do. And sometimes the actions of another person is all the closure that you need.
And I think a lot of men are realizing that modern women, they look at them as a resource. They don't really look at men as humans. And so that's why you see a lot of men kind of coming to that realization, kind of stepping back and looking and saying, this woman doesn't really care about me like that. She says she does, but it's not really that way. And then some of these women, they don't even play it. They don't even play it off anymore. They don't even act like they care about you. They're like, hey man, come up off that money.
Bust that coochie open. Okay? That's what they want.
No one's flying you out just because you're cool. No one's like, does the guy look like does he look like FaZe? He's not investing in your streaming career. He's not just bringing you out here for no reason on private jet. Come on, use your brain.
He is not wrong. A man is not flying you out because he thinks that you're just so cool and you're not like other girls and you're just so dry, gorgeous and beautiful. No, they want some coochie. Okay. And I know a lot of girls that's willing to give it up to them, but they know what they walking into. Okay. I would bet the majority of entertainers are looking for girls, scouting out girls, Instagram back page. If we be for real, Instagram back page. They getting on Instagram, they scouting around, they looking for girls. We all know what go down in Dubai, okay? And they're trying to fly you out, not because they want to know what your favorite color is and get to know you as a person. They don't give a about that. Bust that coochie open, okay? That's what they want. And again, I need you to understand that so that when you go down there and they want you to bust that coochie open, you're not blindsided. Or if that's not something that you're into, then you just don't go. Like I said, I don't know who the lied to y'all and told y'all that that's not what's happening, that these girls are just sitting on not doing nothing. Everything comes at a price. Everything. And it ain't always monetary. Okay? Everything has a price on it. You may not be paying anything with money, but you will pay with your sanity, your peace of mind, and that ass. Period, point blank. So understand that.
And what modern women the issue that they keep on running into is that they're getting attention. But you have to understand, especially with attractiveness, attention is really easy to get. It's loyalty that you're looking for. It's, sort of a stick-to-itiveness that you're looking for. It's longevity that you're looking for. And a lot of modern women get caught up in the flash and the dash and all of the nice things that a man might give them. And that man is really kind of doing the same thing to all of these other ladies.
You said you wanted a man who was compassionate, who was respectful, who honored you, who placed you first, who made sure that he was romantic, that he was considerate of you. You told me what you wanted and I became the man that you said you wanted. I loved you. I was chivalrous. I did my best to take care of us to the best of my ability, pushing myself psychologically, emotionally, physically, to limits that I didn't know that I could push myself to prove my love, to show you how much you meant to me and that I took this job of being your man seriously. But it was never met with genuine appreciation. It was never met with reciprocity. When I hurt you and you made it known to me, I did my best to fix it. But every time I told you you did something to me, somehow it was turned around and the issue that I had was suddenly my fault. I thought that after I had done enough, that I had done good enough and sustained my efforts long enough that there would be a finish line till one day you would finally see that I have been trying, that I do love and that you mean the world to me. But I got to a day and to a point where I recognized that no matter what I do, no matter how much I pay for or how much effort I put into us, you will never see me for the man that I am, because it was never about us. It was about you. And to have loved and to have given my best and for it not to be appreciated, it broke me. It broke me in ways I didn't know that I could be broken. And so I'm taking some time to heal and to recover so that this next relationship that I get into, that I don't make the woman who is trying to love me bleed because I never dealt with the brokenness from the woman who didn't.
And modern women seem to be confused because you have men that are choosing peace, men that are saying, she's going to be chaos. She's going to be chaotic. And I'm not really looking for that. Oh, it's the end of dating. Men don't yearn anymore. Men don't beg. No, it's not the end of dating. Y'all keep on telling men to evolve. And so if a man has to do a whole bunch of stuff for you, then maybe now you say, well, if I want this man to be emotionally available, if I want this man to tap into his feelings and be emotionally vulnerable and communicate effectively, then maybe I need to create a space for him to communicate effectively. Maybe because the stuff that he's doing will bring me peace. So how do I bring him peace? Or how do I set up a space that is peaceful and welcoming?
You guys are really out here in relationships with women who don't want to do the deed anymore, huh? Couldn't be me. I know the tale like the back of my hand. You're 6 months into the relationship. You're saying, oh, she doesn't want to do it anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I should go to the gym. Maybe I need to get a haircut, something. No, you're going the complete opposite way you're supposed to be going, brother. Snaggletooth McGee over there is getting it on the daily, and it's because he did what he was supposed to do. Because Snaggletooth McGee knows that women's sex drives are right here. They entirely have to do with what they feel and what they think about you. So you can look all kinds of goofy in the face just like me and be completely fine because you put the dumbbells down and you picked her up instead. And I know what they're thinking right now. Oh, I know what they're thinking. Women don't like nice guys. Ugh. No, women don't like guys who don't have the capacity to be mean. Put yourself in their heads for a second. Why the would they be with you if they didn't think that you could really be dangerous if it came down to it? I'm not going to explain that one. You need to think about it. The woman's sex drive in a relationship is based entirely on how you treat her. Are you still flirting with her? Are you still making her feel special? Are you still being kind and responsible and following through on your word? Because I can tell you right now that a woman losing her sex drive in a relationship and losing her respect for you are almost always the same thing. So if she isn't wanting to do it as much, you need to start looking in here and not out there.
And a lot of men are getting to the point, and it might take them a good number of years because society's trying to program you to say this is the way that a man acts in all situations. And some of it makes sense, but then some of it's like, no, that's not manly. That's you trying to gaslight me, try to lie to me and tell me I should be a punching bag to a lot of these modern women, and men are not taking that stuff anymore. Right? So a man goes out, he's learning who he is, what he's supposed to do, where he's supposed to go. And he's realizing a lot of times that these modern women, they not really on your team. They're not really your partner like that. And that's why a lot of these guys are deciding, hey man, maybe it's not worth it. Maybe, you know, hanging around these women, maybe not all women, but these women who are constantly begging for money, maybe it's not all that's cracked up to be.
How do you handle being in a relationship with a provider and a protector, but not emotionally available?
You don't. There's peace in being with a man who understands you. When you're dating, you are sitting across from someone who possibly may have to help you bury your parents one day. Who's somebody who possibly may have to call that funeral home when you just too emotional. This is what we're talking about. We ain't talking about a man who gonna pay for it. We talking about the man who's going to guide you through it, who gonna make sure you're all right after the situation is over with. And all I'm saying, baby, is if he ain't emotionally available, you don't be available at all.
Listen, nobody is perfect. We are not gonna get nobody perfect out here, sweetheart. And the fact of the matter is, for a lot of men that have the provider mentality, that's an old school mentality. Yes. All right, let me tell you. Yes. And a lot of old school men and men in general have a hard time expressing their emotions that way and being emotionally intelligent. A lot of them just emotional. So what happens is they lack somewhere. So would you rather have a man that's very emotionally intelligent, but he wants you to go 50-50? Would you rather have a man that's very emotionally intelligent, but he kind of soft and he not a protector? So you getting some things and some things you aren't. And you've been there 5 years, sweetheart. So you benefit in some type of way. Yeah. So
modern women don't really understand that they do these stupid tests. And they try to interview men. And I don't have a problem with you going and asking questions, because you really honestly and truly, you got to know what you got to know, right? But if you interview me and you try to qualify me for the job, and they say, yeah, this is the man that I want. He's the perfect man for the job. He does this, he does that, yada yada yada. Great, fantastic. There's a little thing that a lot of employers do at the end, and it's almost mandatory. At the end of the end of the interview, when they say, okay, do you have any questions for me? And now that's the time when the candidate can say, yeah, I have this question. So what about this? What about that? And really honestly and truly put the employer on the hot seat, or the interviewer on the hot seat, because it's not just me that's looking for a job. You're looking for a good candidate that's going to make you money. And modern women need to understand you're kind of in the same dynamic. When you're asking this man, okay, what is it that you can do for me, yada, 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 and how do you fit in my life? At the end of your questioning, now a man turns back and says, okay, now what can you do for me? And a lot of modern women don't like to answer that question.
Where are all the good men? Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, ladies, but they're done. They've walked away from today's modern women. They're done with dating, done with marriage, done with relationships. And no, ladies, it's not because they're scared, like you all are telling each other is the case. No, the real reason they're leaving is because they don't see a point in relationships anymore. Because there is no point in relationships for today's men. They're expected to give while getting nothing in return. They're told that they need to honor, respect, and provide for women while never seeing it reciprocated to them in any way. They've been told time and again that they aren't needed, aren't wanted, aren't necessary, and that they should just go away and leave women alone. And ladies, we've heard you loud and clear. We've said, fine, if that's what you want, we're going to give it to you. And that, ladies, is where these good men are, off doing their own thing and enjoying life, because they are done dealing with the drama, narcissism, and insane expectations most of you have. Men are done with never being acknowledged, let alone appreciated for all that they do. So if you're wondering why all the men have walked away, there's your reasons.
Guys are not good at marriage, all right? It's not our fault. We weren't prepared for it like women are. Your whole life is built just preparation for marriage. Look at every toy you played with. When you're a baby, they give you a baby doll. So they give you a baby when you're a baby. You don't even know you're alive yet, and they're like, look, I would probably start figuring this out. Like, this is where it's going. Then they give you Barbie and Ken. They live in a little house together, and that is where you learn how to make drama. You get the best. You're the best. Then you would play house. Like you would, like, fake vacuum. Just fake vacuum with your friends. That was awesome. And it's weird because, like, when I see my wife vacuum now, I'm like, she is living her childhood dream. She's made it. As a guy, we don't have any of that. What do we play fort? You got to keep everybody out of where you are, especially girls. The only toys we had were Transformers and Ninja Turtles. Those are not even real things. None of them had wives. They weren't married. I never played with my Ninja Turtles, and I had them going to fight Shredder. And then Michelangelo was like, hey, can y'all give me 2 seconds? My wife just showed up, and she looks furious about something. What do you want from me? And she's like, what are y'all doing? What's that April skank doing here? You're like, listen, she's a reporter.
You know, I really like what Lauren was saying about a lot of these modern women, how they're talking about they have high standards, but they actually have high entitlement. They're trying to, you're a normal, everyday, average woman, and you're trying to get a high value man. It's probably not likely. And I know you don't want to hear that, right? You could find, where are the good guys at? Everywhere. Construction sites. I mean, just look around you, you name it. I mean, these modern women, they really don't play to their strengths at all. And that's why you see a lot of them losing. Why can't I find a man? Why can't I get a man? Because you're still trying to play a game that you're already out of. They sit up here and they talk about how men can't handle them, how men can't keep up with them, men are intimidated. No, you can't keep up with the younger ladies. Or there might be a woman around your age that gets the guy. What am I doing wrong? You're trying to play her game instead of playing yours. You might be good at cooking and cleaning. You might be. But instead of playing to your strengths, you're trying to outdo the man. Oh, I know how to work on cars too. I got that. No, you don't. You're not good at that. Why are you even saying that you're good at that? Oh, I can do this job and that. No, you can't. Why even say that you can't? Just do what you're able to do. And that's where a lot of modern women lose. They're out here playing to their weaknesses. Oh, I'm strong everywhere. And that's why when they say I'm a 10, it's so stupid. You're not. You have things that you need to work on. That's why you cannot get a man. Because you sit up there, oh, I don't got nothing to work on. I'm perfect. No, you're not.